Guys, welcome again to another episode, and today we're talking about personal branding video and design advice for upcoming creators that want to level up, that want to take their personal brand to the next level. If you want to see more videos like this, all you gotta do is hit the subscribe button and you're gonna see me here every Tuesday. My name is Carina Belmonte. I'm a video producer and content creator. And every Tuesday through this channel, as I said, we talk about personal branding, content creation strategies for that creative entrepreneur, for that upcoming creator that wants to level up their personal brand. And before we begin, I just want to say thank you so much to this amazing community. Now, let's begin. Creating content for a personal brand is not an overnight process. It takes time, it takes consistency, patience, and most of all, hard work. But if you feel that it is something that has to happen tomorrow in 2 months, then you're jeopardizing your vision of what a personal brand should be. That's why today I want to give you 5 advices that will really help you understand how to start your personal brand, why it's important to know this, and how to execute. Okay, so let's go to advice number 1. Advice number 1 is when you're creating the personal brand video, you have to acknowledge your experiences, your failures, your motivations, your values. You have to acknowledge all that and put it all in your personal brand video. Why? Because you're building up this trust with your community. You're building up your visions, you're building up your authenticity, and you're building up the personality that your brand is going to have, which is at the end, you. So you need to think of all this when you're building up, when you're creating your personal brand videos. Advice number 2 that I want to share with all of you is focus on you don't have to be afraid of rebranding, of changing your mind, of thinking that if I start with this style, I cannot change this style because maybe my audience, my community will tell me I don't like how you're creating or how you're changing. Don't be afraid. If you were more into the idea of teaching through your content or of entertaining, and now you want to document, you want to just create a vlog that shows your day to day, don't be afraid. Be empowered by it. Be happy because you are a person that evolves and learns, that has more experiences every day. That's part of having a personal brand. You're a person. You grow every day. So your personal brand should grow as well. So don't be afraid of that. And if you lose community, if you lose followers, if you lose subscribers, that's part of the process. That means you will gather and you will have new ones because that is part of it. Okay, you're building a personal brand through that reason, to get to know you, to get to know your audience, and to get to know your content. So advice number 3 is when you are creating your content, when you're building up your personal brand, you have to focus on something that maybe you have heard before, but it's something that I want to, again, establish it. You have to be consistent. You know that as I said, you have new experiences every day, you learn more things every day, you grow every day, but something stays the same, which is you, the core of who you are. How that stays the same, your vision, your idea of your personal brand should be to be consistent, to be patient, and to work hard. If that's what you want, if that's the core of the personal brand that you want to build, you have to be consistent. So you learn every day, so you create better content every day. If you don't do this, if you're not consistent, then you will be stuck in a content creation blockage all the time, trying to figure it out, how to be better, how to grow, how to make it happen, because you're not being consistent, you're not being productive, you're always being in the same place. Okay, so let's go to advice number 4 is the design, the logo, the look and feel, your fonts. That's the personality of your brand. That is the other part of what builds up your brand. So we spoke about motivation, about your emotions, about your experiences and your failures. This part, which is the design, is also important. Okay, so when you are in that moment, when you're choosing your brand colors, your style, your fonts, the presentation of how will be the personality of your brand, take your time. If you're not there, if you're not in that moment, that you haven't figured it out, don't feel overwhelmed. It's fine. We all take that time. We all take a moment where we are figuring out which will be the look and feel of how we want your brand to be. So if you're not there, don't worry. But something that I will tell you, don't copy other entrepreneurs or brands just because they use those colors and because they use them, so they're good for you. If you like them, if you like their look and feel, if you can use something similar to them, great. Be inspired. but don't copy. It's like saying, okay, if for Apple it works gray and black and white, so it has to work for me. Okay, maybe those colors work perfectly for your personality, but don't copy just because they work for that brand or for that entrepreneur. Think about you. You are the person behind your personal brand. Focus on you. Stop focusing on others. If not, you will never progress. Okay? We know that we all have our own insecurities, our own battles, but we have to focus on what we want to accomplish and stop thinking of what others think of you. Keep going. Keep working on what you want. Okay? Fifth advice and final advice is, when you're creating your content, when you're building up, when you're sharing your brand videos, your design, you have to remember this. The emotions and the perceptions will not come from you. They will come from your audience, from your community. So when you put out that YouTube video, when you put out that IGTV, when you put out your reels, think of what emotions are they perceiving? How are they reacting? How are they feeling for this? So you can start listening to your audience and really understanding what else do they want. That is one of the most important parts of your personal brand, really listening to your audience so you can deliver and understand what more can you share. But always remember, the emotions and the perceptions, you will never understand them until you start producing content. And they're individual for each of your audience. They will come from them, how they feel for you, okay? So before I end, I just want to say, if you're an upcoming creator, if you want to start on YouTube, I have a link right here for you that will work perfectly. I have my partner with Tubebuddy, so this is a 30-day link. You click it there and you can choose any plan that works for you, and you try it for 30 days. So if you are starting, I would suggest, and you like YouTube, just go right there and click that link and it will work perfectly for you. This is a great feature. Tubebuddy is excellent for those creators that want to start building up their YouTube channel. Also, if you want to continue learning more about personal brand, video editing, content creation, don't miss my all-in guide for personal brands in that link below. Want to connect with me on other social media platforms? All my links are below. So it was a pleasure to give you this advice. I hope we continue talking, and all the best. Thank you so much for joining me on this new video. It was amazing talking to all of you. It's a pleasure. If you want to know more about personal branding, content creation, and even video editing, all you gotta do is hit the link below for my all-in guide on personal brands. And don't forget to like, subscribe. One more videos, one of these two will really help you, and see you next Tuesday.